Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today going to be me doing quite a lot of talking as we look at the skill breakdown and all the information we now have for the brand new Chrono ShadowSlayer class, which is of course going to be the 2024 one. This is the art for it. We'll start with that. We'll have a little look at the items we're going to be getting, and of course then the skill icons, a little bit of animation that you may have seen on Twitter already, and then we'll get straight into the skills. It does look quite cool. It of course is themed as it is every single year, and this time around it is going to be zombies. I of course have ordered my calendar. I will let you know once it arrives, do the grand opening as we do every year, and then review the class for you, so you have an idea as to whether or not it's even worth spending your $20 on it. And as we said earlier, this is the cool little animation you're going to get. It's just a class animation as far as I'm aware, so I wouldn't get too excited. It's not some crazy gun that's being added in, so don't go down those lines. It's definitely class animation, I think anyway. I mean, I have been wrong on these things before. Anyway, let us get into this skill breakdown. As I said earlier, it is going to be quite a lot of me talking, so let us just crack on through this. So, Chrono ShadowSlayer class is a fast-firing, time-travelling, monster-slaying gunslinger. Its skills revolve around its trusty 6-chambered sidearm, loading special rounds to create powerful effects. They can debuff their opponents, increase their own stats, and finish their opponents off with a powerful magic silver bullet. Unlike other classes, they don't have an auto attack. Instead, you fire empowered shots through your skills or rapid fire all of your rounds at your opponents. However, you must pay attention to your ammo, needing to reload every 6 shots. You'll need to manage your effects and your ammunition well to use this class to its full potential. Okay, so first of all we have got fire, which looks like the default attack, but with all the weird mechanics they're doing this year, it's slightly different. Max targets 1, I presume this is back to the solo class roots that we once had many moons ago every single year, and let us just have a little read through what we've got here. So, fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. Your shots are so fast they're unavoidable. Your cylinder holds 6 shots, needing to be reloaded when empty. A non-automatic auto attack. This one you have to fire manually or using other skills depending on the ammunition you load. Your shots can have different effects or enter gunslinger stance and fan the hammer to your heart's content. So, first of all, rank 1, we have reload with a 6-second cooldown, and it's going to target yourself apparently. Load 6 shots into a revolver and refill your mana. Removes tracer rounds and FMJ rounds. Looks like we're going full Call of Duty style on this class. If you have 4 or more stacks of temporal rift, consume them and enter gunslinger stance for 2 seconds, granting you 3 shots and generating chaos rifts, which block temporal rift and increase your crit damage by 20% per stack for 10 seconds. So that there is pretty much the same chrono mechanic that we get every single year. We then have tracer rounds at rank 2. This one is actually going to target the enemy, and again it is just for the one target with a 3-second cooldown. Load tracers and fire 1, increasing your defense by 20% and dodge by 40% until you reload. Gain a temporal rift, stacking to 4 and lasting 10 seconds, and a heal over time for 4 seconds based on max health. It's also going to replace our FMJ rounds. Firing of tracer rounds paints your opponent, reducing their damage, dodge and crit chance by 6% per stack, up to 4 stacks for 12 seconds. These tracer rounds are our defensive option apparently, allowing you to debuff your opponents and increase your own survivability. Fires a shot when you use it and comes with a handy heal, so that's good to know. We then have FMJ rounds for rank 3. This one again is going to target just the one, and it has a cooldown of only 1.5 seconds currently, which is absolutely crazy. Load full metal jacket and fire an empowered shot, dealing additional damage and increasing your physical damage by 25% until you reload. Gain a temporal rift, stacking to 4 and lasting 10 seconds. Replaces tracer rounds. Firing with FMJ rounds shreds your opponent's defense by 6% per stack, up to 6 stacks for 12 seconds. FMJ rounds are your offensive option, increasing the damage your opponents take and dealing extra damage. Fires an empowered shot when you use it, doing bonus damage on top of the FMJ effect. Uses in conjunction with tracer rounds to maintain your survivability while slowly expanding ammunition. So, long story short, from what I can gather so far, we're going to be rotating nicely between our skill 2 and skill 3. Both of them apparently are giving us temporal rifts. Until I actually get this class to play around with it, I'm already thinking, oh, we may as well just use our first 4 stacks when we're using skill 2 and then just swap to FMJ straight after and just rotate them around like that. But who who knows, because up next we have got Silver Bullet. I feel like we're actually missing a skill looking down this list. I'm literally scrolling up and down the page right now, and I'm just like, are we not missing one? But maybe it's because of that standard auto that's not an auto attack is counting, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so Silver Bullet, type 15 to 45% recorded damage as physical, so that's slightly quirky. Cooldown of 6 seconds. Fire a silver bullet, dealing powerful damage based on how much damage was dealt in the last 10 seconds while a rift was present and emptying your round. So this is the bog standard nuke as we're used to being bolted onto skill 5. Your grand finale, this can do minor or massive damage depending on how much damage you've done while under the rift aura. This class has 2 types of rifts it can generate. In fact, playing around one or the other can allow you to explore different skill combos. We then have some passives. Reinforced Chamber. This one is giving a 10% damage boost by the looks of it. Then we have Sharpshooter, granting us 10% crit chance, and Blessed Ammunition for 20% luck. There's also a conclusion. I'm not going to read that out. I'll leave it up on screen. You can just have a little read or pause, whatever you feel, if you'd like to do that. It is sounding quite exciting and slightly different, a way of changing up the chronos. It's bringing us back to that solo style, which I don't mind. We'll see how powerful it is when we actually compare it to the likes of Underworld, Corrupted, etc. I presume it's not going to be quite on their level, more a mediocre one, maybe closer to something like Time Killer. I don't know, this is just me thinking off the top of my head. Anyway folks, as soon as this calendar eventually arrives in the post, I will of course review the class as I said earlier, and then we'll just have a look at it and see, you know, whether I've wasted 20 quid or not, but time will have to tell. Anyway, until next time, please do leave a like and of course subscribe. And sorry, this was just me talking to you for ages, but sometimes we do have to cover these kinds of videos. Until next time, have a lovely day.